The SEC basically dropping every possible slam dunk case they have, like the Hawk Tuah girl. She had her investigation closed, obviously because she basically did more or less what the president did.
So it seems like she's going to get away with it. I can't believe it. In a world where you yell Hawk Tuah, spit on that thing, you get famous for that, it becomes a catchphrase for 3 weeks, and then you get to scam the very people that propped you up. And you know, this seems to be a very popular thing with influencers. You get famous, and in the midst of that fame, you drop a meme coin or you do a pump and dump scheme, and I just don't understand why they do this. It results in the same thing over and over and over again. Now, this video is in particular about the Hawk Tuah girl, but you had other famous celebrities and influencers doing the same thing that she did with people like the likes of Logan Paul, Aiden Ross, the president of the fucking United States. When you have the president doing the same shit as the Hawk Tuah girl is doing, there is something wrong. Did anyone actually believe she was going to get charged? Because as soon as I saw the Trump meme coin pump and dump scheme that he did at the start of his or right before his presidency, I'm sorry, I knew it was over. I knew celebrities that did this weren't going to get charged. Even after popular expose crypto reporter CoffeeZilla, he made a video on the situation. You may know him. I watch his videos and I love it. Who I will allow to explain the technical side of what the Hawk Tuah girl did.
That would be this by Bubble Maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team and was being sent out to a bunch of smaller wallets. The implication being that some of them might be dumping on you. Pretty quickly, the Hawk Tuah girl came in to copy and paste what her team told her to say, which said, team hasn't sold one token and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees at the start of the launch. And so you see their awful tokenomics here. Along with this response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay. You can see on the bot side, there's nothing, and then on the sold side, they're making a lot of money. So how did you get free tokens? Well, you were an insider, right? And I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys.
So screenshots, the infamy on the internet, and you're exposed by a big wow. Whew. What happened there? Okay, so screenshots, infamy on the internet, and exposed by a big platform like CoffeeZilla. What did that amount to? Nothing. And listen, before anyone calls me like a crypto hater or I don't understand the positives of it, listen, I do invest a small percentage of my portfolio into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I still continue to buy it to this very day. By dollar cost averaging, no matter if it's up or down, I'm always buying crypto, specifically those two in particular that I have the most trust in. Now, I actually did meet the Hawk Tuah girl briefly once upon a time in person. Prior to the crypto scam, it was sometime this past July. She was nice, spoke to her briefly, but I never would have imagined that same person would have done this thing, this scam. I just so happened to be at the same bar that my friends were at, and she was a sponsor for one of those bars. They were promoting a bar, and like I said, I just met up with my friends there. She was there, took a picture, whatever. But despite that, it's so hard for me to put myself in a famous person's shoe and act nice to strangers, be relatable, blah, 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 then be evil enough to turn around and be involved in something that takes money out of thousands or hundreds of my fans. And I don't get it's the fakeness that bothers me, I think. It's how you present yourself in public, and then you do this other thing behind closed doors. And like I said, I'm not that knowledgeable in her sphere or like how much influence she has, but you know, fans of her podcast, I guess, fans of her catchphrase, I don't know, but I have no idea. But what I do know is this project scammed fans out of $4 million. That's how much this project made, according to the video that CoffeeZilla made. And you know what her response was?
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's going to be good. We're going to be good. And guys,
like, I genuinely have a question for you guys, the audience watching this right now. If I was the CEO of a company and the company goes under or it fails for whatever the reason is, who do you blame? The CEO. Like, come on. I'm tired of the same excuse for all these famous people every time they do this crypto scam. It somehow wasn't their fault. Oh, the project got hacked. Snipers came in and hit the project. We all got fucked. Oh, I'm a victim too, guys. And there seems to be a pattern of famous people making a coin. It goes up and then it immediately crashes, but the project made a lot of money. That is a pump and dump. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. You brought all the people into this scam. They all lost their money. Again, even by some miracle, if this had nothing to do with you or it is your fault, you should be the one to get sued or held liable to some extent and blamed. Like, your face and likeness is what brought thousands or millions of these people or your fans to this scam. You should be held liable, at least from a moral standpoint, with people on the internet. They should never let you forget about what it is that you did. Maybe if these influencers just owned up to what they did and took 1% of accountability instead of crying or trying to put the blame on someone else for the failures of what happened. Can you just take some ownership that you had some part in this, some part in bringing all these people and them losing their money? It's the least you can do. Now, the Hawk Tuah girl initially said she was going to help people get their money back. Of course, she did all the PR stuff. But after being let go by the SEC, do we really think that she's going to do that? It's so sad and it's so frustrating that she is actually going to get away with this. It truly is the wild, wild west in the whole crypto sphere, the crypto world. You know, once upon a time, I used to believe that the government's purpose is there to protect its own citizens from getting scammed or harmed in any way. But yet again, I remind you, that same government that is supposed to be there to protect you is also taking part in these pump and dump schemes. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? So while these people may get off legally, I want to make it a point in this video for anyone that does a meme coin, anyone that does a pump and dump, I am staying away from your content, and you should too. Stay away from their content. Never let them forget what they did. And listen, it's not an apology to be like, I'm so sorry that you lost your money. No, that is not an apology. You need to take accountability. So I don't want to be near anyone that does these pump and dump schemes or these meme coins. I don't want you in my algorithm. Nothing to do with you. Like, I don't want to help you in any minuscule way where you can possibly do this again one day in the future and be like, we learned from the past mistakes, and then boom, you do it again. I always imagined if I was ever a multimillionaire, I would never conduct myself like this. Like a greedy, selfish person. I mean, do you know how like happy I get when I just get like a couple hundred viewers? That means a lot to me. Or when people comment on my stuff on YouTube or TikTok, even if it's troll comments, like, I appreciate that you even left the time to leave a troll comment or something. It really does mean a lot. What has happened to the humbleness, to the humility of these creators when they're small to when they're big? Like, you should have the same level of respect for your fans in that manner from when you were a smaller creator. In the process of getting famous, just something warps their minds. Like, I don't know, like, I would never think about sacrificing fans or people less fortunate than me, their wallets, so I can get ahead. Like, I would never do that. One more point I want to bring up about the Hawk Tuah girl. Like, listen, I understand the internet is a vast and wide entity, but since getting clout off the internet and being in Twitter spaces, doing a podcast, and just being on the internet in general, How do you not know, or how have you never heard of a pump and dump or a meme coin? Or, matter of fact, how have none of these influencers, these other influencers, not just her, how have they never heard of these things? It almost borderlines past like just being negligent. Whoops. And it more so resembles like it tells me that you're like almost purposely scamming your fans. You have to be aware that these projects in the past, they will make you money whether you're doing it ethically or unethically. And 9 times out of 10, these projects have screwed over the people. Namasate, namasate. Oh, namasate. I'm sorry. Like, I really just wanted to grill this chick and the crypto space, the pump and dump industry as a whole. And this is coming from someone who buys crypto consistently. And it's so sad because people like myself who invest and buy it responsibly want to get ahead. Like, they're ruining the whole industry for us. And as a creator, it really ruins the trust that fans will ultimately have with the creators if this keeps up. This is before I even get into a video about creators with bad advertisements. Remember that whole thing? Your fans should be your highest priority, always, because they're the ones that got you there in the first place. But that's all a video for another day, the advertisements, at least that aspect of it. This is about crypto right now. But I hope you guys agree with the things that I'm saying, and I hope you also enjoyed me grilling the Hawk Tuah girl. I want her to know that we're upset. Like, even me, I'm not a fan of her, but it upsets me that she is getting away with a crime, or at least aiding in a scam, knowingly or unknowingly. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys agree with the things I had to say. Sorry if I seemed a bit passionate and, I don't know, like mad, I guess, in the video. But it was just my honest feelings and reactions to the SEC letting her go. But did I leave anything out that you felt should have been included in this video? Leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts. Until the next video, I am Outski.